Hi, welcome to the Heart of Illumination. I'm Joseph. Thanks for being here for today's message. And please make sure to like, subscribe, and comment on this below this video if you like what you hear, or you have more to add to this topic, or you like this to be covered on future videos. And feel free to share it with others who might resonate with this message, or maybe it's a message that you've shared with them already, and this is a message, and what I share, it complements what you share with them. So I just want to go back into stillness and allow what comes through me to come through me for today. And so what I'm getting is that some of you might have experienced some sort of episode of resistance before coming to this channel, before coming to this message. So what happened to me before making this video was about 90 minutes ago, I was struck with some heavy emotions, heavy thoughts linking to the emotions. My body didn't feel as well, and so yeah, a whole bunch of stuff going on. And so you might have experienced that just before landing on this video, or maybe over the last couple of days of the last week. And that's okay. Just by showing up to this video, I'm just contributing to the messages you're already receiving, that it's okay. The worst has passed. You have learned to hold space for yourself. Yes. One of the hardest things to become aware of and turn into a realization is to know that I, myself, as an embodied being, actually is kind of like the parasympathetic system in our body, right? Our parasympathetic system does all the bodily functions unconsciously. So breathing, I don't have to pay attention to every breath that I take throughout the day. Sometimes I do, just as a point of focus, but most of my breaths are taken care of by my body's internal system. Same thing with digestion, same thing with excretion, same thing with a lot of other things. So in a way, as we deepen our practice of mindfulness and awareness, we realize that we also somehow have this parasympathetic system for our presence and how we exist in the world. And what's coming through to me is that we're always holding space for ourselves, always, at different spectrums, but always. Sometimes a little bit, sometimes, yeah, everything. Every nugget of mental energy, every emotion, everything. And so I just want to bring that to your awareness, and we'll definitely cover this on a later video and more in depth. But I just want to share that whenever we're crying, or I've experienced moments of sadness, deep sadness, melancholy, and depression in my life. And so those moments, I would probably be crying, probably feeling a lot of sadness, probably feeling a lot of confusion, frustration, some anger, but that hasn't been my main thing when I have those experiences. It's just a lot of can't move my body. There's been times that I didn't leave the room for a couple days, or the house for a couple days, other than summoning enough energy to go make myself a meal, and then back to the room. Not glamorous, but it is what it is, right? It's part of what I've experienced in my life and what I've chosen to experience in some form. And so, just now I'm years away from those moments, and I still experience moments that are intense or uncomfortable, where I feel like I just can't get out of bed. I can't move for a little while. Just like 90 minutes ago, I didn't want to do any videos. I only had so much daylight, right? I only have another 15 minutes of daylight right now, right? So it's like, oh my God, all this stuff. But yet, just like 90 minutes ago, or when I was in those deep moments of depression, I was holding space for myself, right? And so, what is I, right? So, this is another steep realization. So it's a concept, right? We're communicating as a concept, but it becomes a realization that goes beyond the concept, and it's the full experience of reality of what an I myself is. And so at this level, so my own awareness of who I am, Joseph, as an embodied human being, at least I'm aware that, okay, everything that I am in that moment, right, physically, emotionally, energetically, mentally, everything, right, including things that are beyond physical, everything, the whole core of my being, was in that moment holding space, right? All the areas, right? Energetically, mentally, everything, all of those aspects of me, I'm holding it there. But that moment happened to be a moment of sadness, where I'm experiencing deep sadness, where I'm experiencing these various aspects within me kind of wobbling, shifting, reorienting myself. And it could feel tough. It could feel very tough and difficult, right? It could also feel like a part of our identity, a part of my identity is being dissolved, being replaced with something later on, but at this moment it's just a space. It's just a space. It's just, it's, and especially with those who have started being acquainted to the healing journey or the self-discovery journey, life, right, our whole being, various aspects and facets of ourselves, is constantly shifting. And as we heal and become better, or self-improvement, as we improve, as we become more whole, our whole being, these different levels, these different aspects, different areas that makes up our whole being, they start shifting. And so one of the truths is that those things that are no longer serving you is being released, especially when we go through these tough moments, or when we go through moments of slight confusion, slight sadness, slight whatever, right? It doesn't matter, right? Anything that makes us uncomfortable in that moment, it could be subtle, little bit, or it could be all the way to the extreme. Those are the moments that these things that no longer serve us release, right? They come in different intensity, but they're being released, and usually it doesn't get filled up immediately with what serves me and what serves me or us going forward, because life is evolving, and then only as we allow our life to unfold and we learn and we make choices, conscious choices on how we want to align our lives and move forward, then life gives us these new pieces to slowly come into these spaces, not to fill them up to the brim and completely, but just sometimes just a seed. Sometimes, right, usually just a seed, so that it'll grow over time as you experience more things, as you focus on it, as you, right, plant it, nourish it, water it, give it seed. Sometimes, if you've already done certain inner work, make certain strides on a certain aspect or a certain facet, then in a way you have an experience in life and someone, all right, maybe you meet a really awesome teacher and they impart in you uh, and the wonder, the passion, the enthusiasm they have for an interest that they have or hobby. And so that, in a way, you energetically receive it as a as a more grown plant. And it's like planting a tree, right? You take that whole little small branch, the hole is already there, the space is already there, and then you pop it in. All you have to do is cover it up with soil, continue to water it, continue to give it fertilizer, and then it'll grow, right? And so those don't happen often. So it requires you doing your inner work, being aware of what life is signaling for you, as well as at least making the effort to go out and meet and allow the universe to send you the right people, send you the right things to trigger you to be interested in it, and just to experience life. So some of them come more beyond just a seed to a seedling or a little tree, or even a tree that's fully right, or at least you can it's already grown enough that you just plant it in and it's already several months old, right? So it's possible that way. So I'm just using those analogies to know that growth, awareness, realization, integration happens in waves and happen at different degrees of our spectrum. And of course, how we're feeling at each moment and how we're experiencing life at each moment sometimes is an indicator of, if we're releasing stuff, we're giving space so that new seeds can be planted, new small trees can be planted, and that's a beautiful thing. And so also on this topic of space holding, energetic holding, as well as holding ourselves when we're experiencing these moments, I just want to share that we don't have to do it perfectly. There's no right or wrong how to do it. There's no perfect way to do it. So you can, when you do these going forward, you can talk to the aspect that's a little self-critical, that have these raging thoughts about all these stuff of you doing something not right or whatever. You can just say thanks for being there. I'm going to choose to not listen to you for a moment. You're still loved, right? Somehow that aspect, before it turns into a full facet, it is there to serve us, to protect us for a reason. So we need to develop a healthy relationship with it. And what I'm trying to share is one way to develop a healthy relationship with it. Just talk with it. Just say, I'm going to take a pause from listening to you while I'm here having a better relationship with all the other aspects that are holding me right now, that are being supportive of me right now. And so if this part of you don't want to be supportive, you can be silent and be, I'm not going to lock you up in a closet, but you're just going to be in a corner for a little bit until this whole episode comes to a conclusion. So as you practice this more, right? So this is the art of integration, embodiment, and the depth of practice as it becomes a mastery, right? You don't just watch an Instagram short or a video or even a collection of videos, right? And use your mind to understand and be like, oh yeah, the next time I feel down or I have these intense emotions or literally melancholy sets in, yeah, I'm gonna knock it dead completely. Nope. Don't set that expectation for yourself. When it comes, be gentle and then allow yourself to hold space for yourself. And yes, put into practice of the wisdom, the great knowledge and wisdom that you do learn from teachers that come in your life, either through physical interaction or through online. But yet the true practice, the true mastery of becoming a human being is as we're able to hold ourselves in any situation. So for this specific video, it's more about when we're in the depths of suffering, however it is for us, and we don't need to compare our suffering to others. It's just whatever we're going through, that is it. And then eventually, so every topic that I talk about has many connections, has many relationships, and can be very expansive. So when we're talking about holding spaces, as we learn to hold space for ourselves in the depths of our suffering, we'll be able to also expand our awareness and expand our presence and expand our aliveness by how we live our life, to hold space for the joy, ecstasy, celebration, really good things in our life, even if it's just you, right? One person, yourself, who knows about it. So you celebrate yourself, you just have ecstasy with yourself, by yourself, for yourself, and then again, let go of judgment, and no one needs to know other than, oh, you're holding space for yourself to fully enjoy being in a human, right? So suffering, the ecstasy of aliveness as a human being. And then if we can learn to master either one of these spectrums, it makes either one of the extremes easier, and then the entire spectrum will master, right? The things in the middle will become just child's play. So I hope that helps. And so for those of you experience these moments just before coming to this video, or recently, or maybe this is by watching this video, it's bringing up episodes, right? You're recalling it now, episodes that you've had. So just know that you're loved, you're blessed, and life is happening for you, right? In this moment and in every moment of your life. It might not feel like it, and then our thoughts might say it's not. So this is why we have to cultivate our heart mastery. When you're able to tune into your heart in a form like of a meditation or just stillness, somehow your heart is there, your heart working with your soul, working with other facets, with the whole core of your being and your non-physical team, everything, but more directly, you'll feel your heart, and the rhythm within your heart is holding you, right? Just like your parasympathetic nervous system. It's doing hundreds and thousands of processes without you having to sweat about it. So however you're experiencing it, tune into your heart and allow that focal point of where you tune into your heart. Yes, tune into your breath, having it be in sync. Taking deep breaths, holding it for a couple seconds, then releasing it slowly, the square breath. We can teach it another time. Very basic. But the main thing is just tune into your heart, tune into your breath, tune into your stillness. And those three pillars can be your pillars to expand your own awareness, expand your own embodiment, and expand the depth of how you experience holding space for yourself. So you're loved, yeah? So again, please like, comment, and share this video, and feel free to subscribe for more videos that will hopefully help you, resonate with you, and at least help you feel a little bit more grateful to be a human being. Until next time, thank you.